Good evening, everybody. Hope y'all doing good. Hope everyone's had a good day today. Got to stay hydrated over here. A little warm this week. You're supposed to be like in the hundreds next week. Stay hydrated. My liquid IVs over here. Lemon. Oh, we got some doozies today, people. Got about 5 news stories, and then we're taking a look at history on this day and country and rock music. Should be fun. But let's see here. Pull up this first story. Let's see here. Good old this story. Of course, this guy looks like a winner already. This story takes place in Lufkin, Texas. Police identify suspect and the victim in Lufkin fatal shooting. Let's see. It says, according to the Lufkin Police Department, 32-year-old Dean Alexander Orlov of Lufkin has been arrested for the fatal shooting of 45-year-old Joseph Lee Holman of Lufkin that happened Thursday afternoon. Says the two men had been drinking at the pool earlier that day, and around 4:30, the apartment manager had happened to be uh, passing by and heard gunshots. She says she saw Orlov come from the apartment, and he said Holman had attacked him. And then she saw him and called 911. See, Orlov has been charged with the murder of Holman and is currently being held at Angelina County Jail. His bond has not been set. So, what, what kind of conversation were you having where you end up killing a person? Man, I tell you what, these people, like, how do you get in such a rage that you got to kill somebody? I just don't understand. I wish they said what been talking about. Of course, I mean, obviously they won't know, but sad situation. Then our next story takes place in Texarkana, Texas, where three teens have been taken in custody after apartment shooting. It says, according to the Texarkana Police Department, all three teenagers are now in custody for organized criminal activity after a 13-day search for Caden Brown, who turned himself in on Wednesday afternoon. See, 18-year-old Jacqueline Brown of Wake Village and 17-year-old Amanti White of Wake Village was arrested on Tuesday for engaging in organized criminal activity. Around 4:15 p.m. on Wednesday, 18-year-old Caden Brown of Prescott, Arkansas, was arrested for the same charge after he turned himself in. Let's see. And they're still looking for one of them. One turned himself in, the other one was arrested, and Caden is still on the run. And the police department is asking anyone with information about Caden to call 903-798-3116. Like, like two of these are probably still in high school. Let's see, what was the age of? So one 17. Okay, so one's 17, two are 18. So one's probably still in school or just graduated, and the other two, so they probably all three have just graduated. And now you've just thrown away your whole life. You made it this far, poof. Like, do y'all not like kind of think ahead in life? Like, what if what I'm about to do is going to put me in prison? Probably they're probably going to, especially probably 17-year-old since he's 17, but the 18-year-old, depending on what charges they get, they're probably going to be looking at least probably 25, maybe 50 years if they don't get life. I mean, that's a long time. Some people just don't think. They just do not think. They're all in the moment. The little brains are going, and that's that. And then you get, and then now you got like three sets of families. The holidays are going to be different now, and plus the victim. So there's four families actually. Next story takes place in the good old state of Louisiana, Denham Springs. Which, if you're ever in Denham Springs, go to the Bass Pro Shops there. That is like one of the best Bass Pro Shops I've ever been to. Okay, minus their original in Springfield, Missouri. Minus that one. The one in Denham Springs, to me, of all the ones I've been to, by far the best one. But side note, anyway, so Denham Springs Antique District vandalized with lewd graffiti. I just don't understand what is up with people and having like it's like they just have the urge to draw, paint, whatever on stuff. Why? It's like they cannot help themselves. Man, they'll build a brand new bridge. That thing could be like 100 feet up in the air. Some dingleberry is going to find a way to graffiti on it. Why? Why can't y'all just let stuff look good? I just don't understand. Oh, it's an expression. No. Yeah, it's an expression, all right. Says a man was arrested after several businesses in the Denham Springs Antique District were vandalized with lewd spray painted designs on Wednesday morning. According to the Denham Springs Police Department, officers responded to the area around 8:29 a.m. This was 2 days ago, August the 13th, after reports of property damage. Police arrested Jason Cannon, 42, after releasing footage. He was charged with criminal damage to property by defacing with graffiti. Boy, he looks like a winner. Now, they do want you to know innocent until proven guilty. Okay. Like, and that's another thing. Do people really just walk around with spray cans in their pockets? I've never understood that one either. It's like, what, y'all just carry like spray paint, magic markers, and just whatever to graffiti stuff? Oh. It's like, it's almost like these people that after they make a new road, just fresh, nice looking blacktop, and then some moron has to come by and make black marks all up and down. Like, why do y'all have this urge? I mean, I'm sure everybody has want to have a good time of burning rubber and stuff. Why does it have to be right after they just paved the road, or they just built the bridge or building and boom, y'all got to draw on it? Maybe that's why the Cadillac Ranch is so popular. People just got to get their graffiti aggression out on Cadillacs. Blows my mind. I don't. I've never understood why people just have to graffiti stuff. If anyone knows, please let me know. Let's see. Let's move on to our next story. Still staying in Louisiana because this covers all of Louisiana. Now, this is an interesting one. I didn't see this coming down the pipe. It says, according to Shreveport Times, In Louisiana, driving too slow on highways can land you in jail under new law. Ah, God does answer prayers. Man, I've been waiting for this forever. You know how like in the old times, like, oh well, the speed limit is 55. So like 55 is the limit you get to. Like you read like the old Hardy Boy books, and they'll be like, oh, they were supposed to be like zooming down the highway, and they're like, they were approaching the speed limit, and I'm like, huh? Approaching? Why were you not already doing the speed limit? Times have definitely changed. Like the speed limit now, that better be minimum of what you're doing. At least you can do like five over, because that's another law in Louisiana. I'm pretty sure that if it's between like the 5 mile an hour zone there, I don't think they're legally allowed to pull you over. Just because different readings, different size tires read different. But yeah, says Louisiana drivers can go to jail for driving too slow in the left lane of freeways under a new law designed to prevent clogging multi-lane highways and improve safety. Oh, okay. So this part is still it's for the left lane. Okay. Okay. Oh man, I was hoping it was just for any everyday road. The Democratic Alexandria State Senator J. Luna would his Act 24 would apply to drivers going just 1 mile per hour under the speed limit. The previous law applied to drivers traveling 10 miles per hour or more below the speed limit and didn't include possible jail time. 10 miles. Well, okay. If you're in the right lane doing 10 miles under the speed limit, just get on the service road or find a way around. Why? Why do y'all have to get on the interstate? It's called the right lane. Who in the world ever called it the slow lane needs to be put in jail. Okay? Whoever designated it as the slow lane needs to be put in jail. No, it's called the right lane, and it is the lane designated for those who have to go a little slower. It doesn't mean that once you're in that lane, you go slow. No, that's the lane you get into if you have to go slower than the speed limit. Okay, people, let's get some things straight here. It's like every time, especially Dallas. Oh, it is horrible. They get in that right lane and they just oh, I'm like, speed it up. You're in a brand new Corvette. I know you can go faster. Go. Oh. And this is applying to the left lane. Who is going 10 miles an hour? Okay, look, in Texas, most of the interstates are 75 miles an hour. If you're doing 65 in the left lane, they should also make a law if you get hit, you pay the ticket. My goodness. Okay, I understand if it is wall to wall traffic. I get that. I get it. If you are doing 5 miles an hour and you're in the left lane and some dingleberry comes up behind you doing 90, okay, yeah, that's their problem. But And this is ridiculous. It says under the new law, the penalty for the first offense is $150 fine, followed by a $250 for a second offense, and $350 for a third offense, with the possibility of a 30-day jail sentence if it occurs within a year of the previous offense. It says, I want people to understand that the right lane is for traveling and the left lane is for passing. Now, see, this is where I don't know. I've never understood this part. Like when I was growing up, like I'm like, oh, interstate, we got two lanes. If someone's in the right lane and they're going slower than you pass in the left. If you're in the left lane and someone is in the left lane ahead of you and they're going too slow, so you pass in the right. What's so bad about that? People get it all on. Man, you're not supposed to be passing in the right lane. Look, I don't care, man. You're in the left lane. I'm going faster than you. I'm passing you in the right. I'm not waiting for you to get over. I've never understood these people. They'll just sit behind the person in the left lane, flash a light, beep, 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 honk, honk. Like genius, you can get over and go around them. Oh, people. And see, if this was Texas, this would be like a $200 fine first. Second offense would be like $500, and then third offense would be like 1,000, and then like 2 months in jail afterwards, probably. Oh, Texas don't play around their tickets. Says the new law reserves the left lane for passing or exiting on left exit ramps. So he sponsored the legislation after encountering the issue almost every time he traveled to and from Baton Rouge and other Louisiana cities. Spoke to an official with the National Highway Safety Commission before crafting his bill, which cleared both the Senate and House with supermajorities and was signed by Republican Governor Jeff Landry. Hey, look at that. Oh, ain't that sweet? We got Democrats, Republicans, and the governor all playing on the same team here. Woo! Boy, that's gotta be a record. And majority. One of the things she told me was that the slow driving in the left lane caused inordinate amount of wrecks, resulting in high property damage and high bodily injury because of the speed at which the vehicles are traveling. Well, I mean, okay, so there once again the high speeds. Well, that's because it's these dingleberries that are getting off of work, especially in Dallas, and they're headed down to Houston, and they're doing like 100 miles an hour, and the speed limit's 75. And someone else is doing 80 miles an hour, passing someone else in the right lane doing 75 miles an hour. And then they just forget that, hey, your vehicle has brakes, you can't slow down. Because I know y'all don't use y'all's cruise uh, cruise control. I know people don't use that thing. I mean, I use it all the time. People they'll come flying up beside me, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, they boom, they stalled right there. I'm like, what? Why? Why can't y'all just set y'all's cruises? Set your cruise. Just just go down the interstate your merry way. I mean, these people don't. 90 miles an hour, and then the next thing you know, you're passing them right back up. And it's like, if you're going to do 90, do 90. I mean, set the cruise. I mean, obviously, everyone else is doing like 75 or 80, so you're going to have to slow down. Or you could just slow down and do the speed limit or 5 miles an hour over. I don't get it. I mean, just because I used to do 90 and 95 miles an hour on the interstate through heavy traffic doesn't mean people still got to keep doing it today. I mean, come on, folks. You know, like they say, learn from other people's mistakes. Oh, I used to work in Alabama and would come home when I lived in Louisiana. I'd come home on the weekends. Man, of course, I had a Dodge Ram with a Hemi in it. Dude, I'd be doing like 95, 100 miles an hour. Of course, I would stay in the left lane. Like I don't. These people, they get in the left lane and pass, go right back to the right lane. Boom, got to get right back over it. Man, no, I just stayed in the left lane and just whoosh, stayed in. Don't ask me how I never got a ticket. Very lucky. Oh, good old days. Back in my youth when I was 23. Oh, well, that about covers the news for today. Now, I got two other things I want to go over. I got this. Let's see. So I know, like on some radio station, I don't know if they still do this, but they used to do like this week back in such and such or whatever, like this week in rock music on this certain day. You know, like this happened. I know some radio stations do that. Used to do that. I don't know if they still do. But I always liked it because then you learn, some history. And so I figured, hey, why not do it today? So I pulled up like a list of uh, this week in country music history. So August the 15th, let's see, first one they got here, 1909. Whew. Yes, folks, listen up, kiddos. Country music's been around a wee little bit, okay? I know it's hard to imagine that country music started before the year 2000. I know. Back before computers and cell phones were around, country music was still rolling along. So back in 1909, songwriter Johnny Lang was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He created numerous Western songs, landing cuts with Tex Ritter, Roy Rogers, and Tennessee Ernie Ford, who recorded his song Mule Train. I like old Tennessee Ernie Ford. Let's see. 1925, this day in 1925, Rose Maddox was born in Boaz, Alabama. She fronted the California-based Maddox Brothers and Rose, a wild, energetic touring group in the 1940s and 50s, dubbed the most colorful hillbilly band in America. I'm not sure. I can't remember if it was them or was it Roy? Them or the ones that I think it might have been them. were the first ones to do the wear the nudie suits. They might have had someone else though, but it was someone from back then that started the nudie suit craze. Let's see. This day in 1933, got Bobby Hems was born in Bloomington, Indiana. His 1957 recordings of My Special Angel and Jingle Bell Rock made him one of the first performers to mine the stylistic cravings between rock and country. Yeah, so that's like when it was like just getting started. Then in 1941, Don Hudich was born in Olympia, Washington as Don Rich. He handled lead guitar and harmony vocals for Buck Owens' Buckaroos, who mixed rock and roll energy with a honky tonk bass. Rich's death in 1974 coincided with Owens' commercial decline. I like old Buck Owens. Let's see. This day in 1946, songwriter Jimmy Webb was born in Elk City, Oklahoma. He wrote By the Time I Get to Phoenix, Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell, and Highwayman. Huh, I didn't realize that. And Highwayman by Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Chris Christopherson, otherwise known as the Highwayman. That's cool. I didn't know he wrote that song. That's like one of my favorite songs by them. And Wichita Lineman's a really good song too. Let's see, in 1951, this day, 14-year-old Merle Haggard was picked up for robbing a liquor store in a case of mistaken identity. Released 5 days later, when the real criminals were caught, he expected to be tried as an adult. He was carrying a fake ID that said he was 18. Oh, Merle Haggard, one of the best to ever do it. See, in 1952, a year later, old Hank Williams wrote uh, Kalijah near the town of, I guess that's pronounced the same way, town in Alabama. Let's see. Then in 1957, the Everly Brothers recorded Wake Up Little Susie at the Methodist Television, Radio, and Film Commission Studios in Nashville. Let's see. Then we got uh, 1970. Janis Joplin attended her 10-year high school reunion in Port Arthur, Texas. Then went to Pelican Club to see Jerry Lee Lewis. Boy, I'm sure that was quite a pairing, them two. Backstage, she uh, slugged the killer after he insulted her sister. Oh, man. Let's see, in 1974, Crystal Gale recorded her first hit, Wrong Road Again, during the afternoon at Jack's Tracks in Nashville. In 1980, Smokey and the Bandit 2 debuted in movie theaters with Burt Reynolds, Jackie Gleason, Terry Bradshaw, Don Williams, Jerry Reed, Mel Tillis, the Statler Brothers, Brenda Lee. The soundtrack album includes the Statlers' Charlotte's Web and Tanya Tucker's Pecos Promenade. Let's see. 1983, Epic released the Merle Haggard album That's the Way Love Goes. See, in 1991, Vince Gill and Alan Jackson led the way in the 25 Annual Country Music Association Awards with 6 nominations apiece. Garth Brooks received 5. Brooks and Gill competed for Entertainer against Clint Black, Reba McEntire, and George Strait, which you can actually watch this on YouTube now. Somebody has like uploaded a bunch of these uh, CMA awards, like in the early 90s and late 80s. They might even go into the 70s. And they have a few ACM awards too. You should really give those a look. The difference between today and back then, dude, sometimes I just gotta go on YouTube and watch them just so I can enjoy a good country music show. You know what I mean? I mean, it's ridiculous. And hear some real country music. Let's see, in 1993, a Harris poll, Americans named Garth Brooks their favorite musical artist ahead of Whitney Houston. Alabama was number 3. Huh, that's pretty cool. Well, I guess that will about do it for this episode. I was planning on doing a rock one too, but already running a little long. Might save that one. That one might be a show in itself, or I might just do like one that is just for just music, like this day and just all kinds of music. I always thought those were pretty interesting. I love to hear those on the radio. I don't know if they do them anymore because I mean they don't really have very many like people that actually go to the studio and do shows. A lot of it's like already pre-recorded and stuff, and it's just not the same. But I guess that'll do it for this episode. Get my Gotta get my pre-workout in here. Gotta get those gains, people. Don't forget. Good weekend. Doesn't look like it's supposed to rain any. At least here in Ellis County, Texas. Looks like you have good weather. Don't be blaming the weather for why you couldn't get out and exercise, people. Always get out and exercise. Try to eat healthy. Take some pre-workout. Get those gains. Get the little muscle pump going. Woo. Do some legs. Might do legs and arms today. Took a took 2 days off. Rest up the old bones. Telling you, getting older by the day, people. 35, knocking on 40 here. Next year, my old brother, will be 40. Whew. Time flies, folks. Some good stuff. Well, don't forget, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, comment, hit the like button. If you got any like suggestions, like topics we cover besides just regular news stories, like if there's a topic you think would be interesting for me to go over, cover, or whatever, I'm all ears. But thanks again. And once again, I want to thank all my subscribers for subscribing. It is much appreciated. Hope y'all have a good weekend. And stay tuned for another episode. I plan on dropping one tomorrow too. Sunday, probably off. But have a good weekend and take care and God bless. Adios.